Alright, so welcome back, guys. Welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision Hero Binary Team up bringing you guys another video. Today I'm giving you guys my review for The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1, Episode 4, The Wrong End of the Telescope. Now, if the Walking Dead is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. There to miss more Walking Dead content from me moving forward. Now, let's begin. So, we got our next episode of The Walking Dead World Beyond that aired this Sunday. And I gotta say, this probably has to be the worst episode so far. And I think you can kind of see the budget and how weak it is with this show. I mean, the only thing that really happened is they went into school and pretty much wandered around the place. You had Felix and Huck trying to convince Silas and Hope to turn back around. And at the end of the day, they didn't, and it just felt weak. I mean, some of the stuff was okay. The stuff with Huck and Hope, I couldn't care less about. It was just boring. I get they're trying to have this whole thing with their dads, but at the same time, just didn't care. I mean, I did like how I did get to see some bits of Hope and her dad. That was very good. And how Hope believed that he was leaving due to her kind of being a screw-up. So I did like that. It was nice to see that and see more of her connection with her dad, since we haven't really gotten much of that. It was mostly through dialogue, so actually seeing scenes of that was actually pretty nice. But overall, that I didn't care much for. Then you have got Felix and Silas, and this was a bit more interesting, but not as interesting as I would have hoped it could be. I mean, you got them, searching for stuff to contain water. Since it's raining outside, they wanted to capture some water for drinking, as there was a storm going on, and that's why they had to, go into the school to take shelter. And as they're searching, they come across, some kind of, it seems like it's just some kind of death or whatever. And so they go and investigate that and throughout this episode, and it's revealed that it's a wolf that has been in the school. Now, I feel like the wolf could have been a really, really great thing and part of the episode. However, it was just not really important to the episode. It was somewhat there, but it wasn't. I feel like if they'd maybe put in a pack of wolves, or maybe given a little bit where our group had to, we're stuck there and had to escape somehow in the middle of the storm, I think it would have been really good. Have them, get cornered in a certain area, and then say Felix and Silas had to rescue them all. It would have been a really great scene if you had a pack of wolves instead of just one wolf. It just felt weak then. And again, there was nothing really good in this episode. You did get some scenes of Iris and Silas. I forgot that. Them, and I don't know. They didn't do much. They were just looking for supplies, and they go into, I think it was the gymnasium, and they find some soda. And now, soda does not go bad over the course of the apocalypse. However, when they drank it, they pretty much felt like it was all fresh. However, 10 years into the apocalypse, that wouldn't be the case. So I gotta take off points there, because that was just weak and not accurate in regards to storytelling and realism. But then you go into probably the worst scene of the episode, and probably one of the most cringy parts of any Walking Dead episode of the entire franchise. And that was when had Silas and Iris dance. This was the most cringy thing I think I've ever seen, and it was horrible. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. It just was horrible. And I get what they're trying to go for. You had them mention earlier in the episode that there had been, I guess, a Sadie Hawkins dance that was supposed to be happening, but it didn't end up happening due to the apocalypse and everything, which is pretty cool. I like that. However, the dance, it was just horrible. I feel like they're trying to form a relationship between Iris and Silas within this moment. I just didn't believe it. It was just felt forced and just didn't care for it all. And I don't know, this episode was just terrible. I can't find any good thing about it. I mean, yeah, there was some good parts about it with Hope and her dad, but other than that, I just don't care. It just was boring. And then, I mean, you did get that end moment with Silas, who beats a walker to death and then accidentally ends up beating up Elton. And even this annoyed me. because Cyrus goes off and beats a walker, but he's punching it in the face where he could nearly get bitten. Whoever thought of that idea was also an idiot. Like, why would you punch a walker in the face? It just was ridiculous. And I'm getting tired of how they're going about killing walkers with the kids. Again, I've had enough of this whole, they're weak and haven't been out there within these shows where you have these characters. And it just, do something different. It's getting old. Now, the one thing that apparently was good is that they had a post-credit scene of the episode. I didn't even know that was happening. I thought it was just, I didn't even know what it was at the end. I just flipped it onto the news because I figured the episode was over. So I missed the end credit scene. I've heard what it has been about, but I just haven't gotten the chance to actually sit down and watch it. Hopefully I'll be able to get a chance to before the next episode aired. But it's apparently, from what I understand, it's showing that the CRM are forming some kind of experiments on people. And I feel like everybody's saying that this is probably the best part of the episode. I definitely have to check it out. But without it, the episode wasn't good. It just felt weak. And in a way, I feel like they put that scene in just because they wanted to try to get people talking. And they knew it was a weak episode, so they kind of did that. I don't care. This whole episode, I don't know. And I kind of feel like my thoughts of this series is coming true, that they're doing the 100 2.0. But even the 100 was better than this. The 100 never did any kind of episode like this. And honestly, right now, I'm starting to think the 100, as much as I don't like it, might be better than The World Beyond, which is actually sad and somewhat scary to say and believe. This episode, it just wasn't, it just felt, again, slow, boring, annoying, and I don't know, it just wasn't my cup of tea this week. But maybe that's just me, and I don't know. Now, another thing I forgot to mention last time was Silas and his headphones listening to his grandparents. Now, maybe I'm not, like, connected to how that thing works, but I feel like that should be dead, and he shouldn't be able to do that, as there's probably no batteries, or batteries aren't working to allow him to listen to that. I don't know, that's another plot hole I'm kind of having there. Like, I feel like that just doesn't make any sense. And I think it's been confirmed that Silas did kill his father, which I find interesting, because he has mentioned how people look at him differently, believing that he did the things that are rumored about him. So at this point, I'm kind of confident in believing that he did kill his father, which is an interesting thing, but I feel like they need to confirm this, and it should have been confirmed in the last episode with his flashbacks, not dragging it out. I mean, yeah, it was fine, but I feel like it should have been put in all one episode. Overall, now, just a weak episode. And even with the post-credit scene, I don't think it can make up for the rest of this episode. And even if you think about it, you judge the episode just as it is without the post-credit scene. Just a weak episode. I don't care. I probably won't even go back to watch it, maybe for the post-credit scene, but that's it. And I just don't care. Like I said, it was just a boring episode. If I had to give this episode a grade, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10. Nothing higher. It was very weak, very boring, and just, again, I don't care for it. I mean, maybe that's just me again, but let me know your thoughts and opinions about this episode in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, that's my review of The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 1, Episode 4, The Wrong End of the Telescope. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That would miss more The Walking Dead content from me moving forward. And you go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the section of my YouTube channel. As always, it's been Vision here with Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.